there and welcome back to Build with the Boys. We now have issue 71 of Hachette's Build the Titanic. In this one we'll be finalising the base of the promenade deck with one last piece to go on the fourth section. It's quite simple, it's quite straightforward this one. I mean, it's even quicker than the two we've done before, but it'll finish it off, it'll look nice, and we'll get an idea of exactly what the length of the promenade deck is, because it will be complete. In the next one, in 72, we'll be adding detail into it. So that's where we're going to start building staircases and things like that, staircase entrances, and we're going to start detailing it. So there's a lot more to do in 72 than there has been in these ones up to here. At the end of this one, we'll be having our Titanic chat. We'll be talking about Samson. Who's Samson? Well, Samson's another one that's got a myth attached to him, but we'll be talking about that. If you haven't yet, please remember to both like and subscribe. It helps our channel absolutely massively. I can't stress it enough. We are scarily close to 2,000 subscribers, which is humongous for us. So if you're one of our regular viewers that has been viewing all the videos but haven't subscribed yet, help a brother out and hit that sub button. Let's get into this. Let's get this one built. Okay, so here we go. Let's get this one open and let's have a look at the parts inside. This is just the very last piece of the deck. So there we go. We have this one piece of deck in there. We have actual base of the deck, and we have AP screws. That's it. That's all that comes in this one. So this one should be relatively quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this one over here, like so. But I am going to put, as I said, a very thin layer of glue on here just to add some additional bond. And then we're going to touch the deck. So I'm going to get this glued up, and then we'll add this on. Okay, so that's suitably layered with glue. Now we're going to attach this one. Now, this seems like it's going to be fussy. Let's find the best way to do this. I think if we line up that section, that might work. Yep. Lovely stuff. Okay, so real nice and simple. Okay, now we're going to attach this final piece to the three pieces we've already built. So we're going to bring up the very large promenade deck now and attach this to it using 4 of the AP screws. Okay, so bringing our deck over, I'm going to flip this one and attach this onto these 4 lugs here and put that one down. There we go. Now we're going to screw it in place with the AP screws, which I've managed to leave underneath underneath the deck. And then this one is this one's done, but we now have this third deck. This is the one we're going to be working on. We're working on this for, I would imagine, at least a couple of months. And then hopefully we're going to start attaching these decks together, because I don't want to just keep storing decks, because they're very long. I mean, it's like storing a skateboard, you know, it's massive. So that's one. Let's get our second one in here. But yeah, I mean, storage is becoming an issue with this, because I mean, at some point we're going to be storing a hull and multiple decks, you know. Come on now, Hachette. We need to start attaching some of this stuff together. We are actually as well, I mean, at this point, we are now past the halfway point. So 70 was our halfway marker. 71, we are now over halfway through our journey. And we have less issues to build than we've already built. So we have 69 issues to go after this one. We've made it halfway, people. We're doing good. But it is time to start assembling a ship, I think, don't you? Right. Is that one? We should tighten this one. That's us done. Let's flip this one over, take a look. So there we have it. Looking nice, looking good. Happy. Right, let's have a chat. So that's that one done. Here is our full promenade deck now. Wow, look at that. That's huge, right? But that's quick. I mean, if you think about it, we've built this over 5 issues. We've got this massive piece of deck now. So it's gone together relatively quickly. It really has. What we're going to do is we're going to be adding structure to this. So internal structure, which ultimately is going to hold the deck above it on top of it. So the deck we've already built is going to sit on top. You can already see through these square holes, like here, here, that these are for the leads above to start poking down through, because there's going to be, I would imagine, a fairly large PCB that's going to go at the bottom that all those wires are going to plug into. But in the next one, we are going to start adding detail into this deck, which is good. I don't know what comes the month after that. I don't know. No one knows at this point. But I would imagine it's going to be more of the same. We do have windows to install in the next one as well, and we all love a window, don't we? But that's what we'll be doing in that one. If you are just sticking around for the build instructions, thank you for stopping by. If you're sticking around for our Titanic talk, we are talking about Samson. Who was Samson, or what was Samson? Well, this was Samson. So why is that relevant to Titanic? Well, legend has it that on the night of the sinking, we know famously the California ignored Titanic kind of distress calls, ignored the fireworks that were shot from board. It ignored the fact that it could see that Titanic was listing unusually and just sailed on. If California had actually reacted, the loss of life would have been drastically reduced, but it didn't. However, California claims that part of the reason it didn't react is because there was a third ship in the area, and that third ship was Samson, which was a Norwegian fishing vessel that they claim would have only been about 10 miles away from Titanic. So why didn't Samson react? Well, they claim that Samson was illegally sealing in international waters. So it was in waters it shouldn't be in and doing something illegal. It was hunting seals. Now, this rumour remained for years, and it was very, very, very heavily kind of pushed by the crew of the Californian, because, well, it's very convenient, isn't it, to claim that and then go, well, no, that's why we didn't react, and our hands are clean, even though we probably should have done something. There was a ship closer, and maritime law states closest ship goes. So there was someone that claimed they were on the Samson, and that was true. Yeah, we were in the area, and we just didn't bother. We saw the fireworks and just thought, oh no, we better go, and I was going to get caught, and off they went. Look, the reality of it is, had they have been out there doing something illegal, had they have gone and saved the people on Titanic, I think the sealing would have been overlooked, wouldn't it, at that point? But so why didn't Samson react? Well, the reason why Samson didn't react is because Samson wasn't bloody there. There is proof that, again, this is one of those rumours that comes up. It's just not true. Samson was docked in Iceland on the 11th. So when this happened on it's a physical impossibility for that vessel to have reached where Titanic was in the time period where it was last seen at dock in Iceland. It's impossible. That thing would have to defy the laws of physics to get to where it's claimed it was, and it just wasn't there. That's fact. So there's all the documentation, there's all the maritime logs state that ship was docked in Iceland the day before Titanic sank. It couldn't get to where it got to. It just couldn't. It really is that simple. It wasn't there. Again, there was no witness testimony of anyone. Well, the Titanic claimed they saw a third set of lights. The only third set of lights they would have seen would have been the California. There would have been the Carpathia, the California. That's it. It just wasn't there. So again, when you hear this rumor about, there was a ship that was legal, it's exactly that. It's again more fabrication of the media at the time, because it sold papers, and also it provides a lovely alibi for the Californian, who can go, no, that's why we didn't bother. They didn't bother because they didn't bother. That's why the California didn't bother, because it didn't bother. It was like, that seems like a hassle, and didn't. So it's easier to have something else to blame it on. So this is why those people really hammered this home. And if what they're saying is true, and there was a vessel that was hunting illegally, why didn't they report that? That's something else California didn't do, isn't it? So that's where that rumour comes from. It is sadly just that, a rumour. So if you ever hear that story about the illegal Norwegian, it wasn't there. You can do your research on this one. It just wasn't there. It was in Iceland when Titanic sank. It was not in the Atlantic. And that is the story of the mystery third ship on the night of the Titanic. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. It helps our channel absolutely massively. Also, as I mentioned in the last one, the modification Facebook group for this model, head on over there, check them out. It's well worth your time. I've put a link in the description below. If you'd like to contact us, you can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com with any questions, queries, or anything you'd like to ask or show. We love showing your work, so if you're working on Titanic, you'd like to show off your modifications on the channel, we're happy to do that. So you can send those over to us and we will feature them on the channel. That's all for this one. We'll be back incredibly soon with issue 72 to finish out the month. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice, and I will see you very, very soon as we continue our voyage aboard the Titanic. I will see you then.